S.A. Gilari Window Cleaning proudly sponsors Non-Time History The Show, making dirty windows a thing of the past.
Hello and welcome to another chapter in this delightful show where we bring local history direct to your screen. And in this day and age, with mobile technology, that could be almost anywhere. Well, wherever you may be, if time allows, pour yourself a brew and let's take a look at what we have in store for you. Firstly, we have all our regular features, including Where Is This? And A Glimpse into the Past. As a little reminder, Where Is This? Is where we show you a small area of Bourne or Beyond, and you have until the end of the show to guess its location. It's as simple as that. A Glimpse into the Past, on the other hand, is where we will show something that is no longer around. It's a great way to get to know the history of Bourne. And the feature on the show today is quite special. In fact, it is something I have been searching for quite a while, and I'm delighted to say that I have finally found it. But what could it be? Stay tuned to find out. We'll also have our main feature, which is an interview with John Baxter. Some of you may know John because he's a local man with a keen interest in history, especially military. But on this show, he's going to be talking about the ROC. So, without further ado, this is Non-Time History, the show! To say, I'm really looking forward to sharing today's show with you because, like I said earlier, our regular feature, A Glimpse into the Past, has been something I've been searching for but never found. Well, that's all changed. In fact, I think we need to kick off with the feature right now. Let's take a little glimpse into the past. And right away, you can see we're somewhere on the very busy A15. Its location can be found just past the dike entrance, a little further up the hill. One can see to the right is a telegraph pole, just an ordinary telegraph pole. You will have most probably passed this countless of times and have never noticed it. You have probably never noticed that it is quite an odd telegraph pole. Why is it odd? Well, it doesn't seem to go anywhere. In fact, it crosses eastwards across the road to another telegraph pole and stops. So the question we need to ask right now is, why? What was there? Has anyone ever heard of the Cold War bunker? Now, some of you might be thinking of a bomb shelter or an underground chamber which can contain people for a long time during a nuclear fallout. In fact, it's neither of those. The Cold War bunker was an observation post ran by volunteers. Their job was to listen out for and identify enemy aircraft. They then relayed their information to the next listening post and their main headquarters in Lincoln. The bunker was made from thick concrete. The only visible part above ground was the metal hatch. One could climb down through the narrow opening, and a good few feet down, the volunteers would be standing in a dark, damp chamber where they would carry out their duties. All of this was in top secret. Their locations were not known, although It was deemed at the time as the worst kept secret. The underground bunker in Dyke was taken apart and filled in 1991. In fact, the worst kept secret at the time of need became the best kept secret when it comes down to finding it now. But here it is. This is its locations thanks to John Baxter. So next time you're passing along the A15 just past Dyke, you might just notice the oddest telegraph pole you will ever see. Now, I have to say, I was very excited in learning the location of the Cold War bunker over in Dyke. Almost as much as I get excited over Bourne Castle, and if anyone knows me, they know that's like a kid in a candy shop. Oh, wait a minute, I do believe, yep, we have another feature for you, and that is, where is this? Coming up on your screen right now. Any clue? Well, if you know, just shout it out. Obviously, I won't be able to hear you, but you can post your answer in the comments down below. So, we have learnt from our feature, A Glimpse into the Past, about the Cold War bunker in Dyke. I think maybe for the future we could dedicate a vlogumentary to this area in Bourne's history. However, we have someone very special appearing on the show, and if you remember, his name is John Baxter, and we have right now an interview with John Baxter. This is living history because John Baxter was actually a Royal Observer Corps, and it was John Baxter who manned the bunker in Dyke along with a few others. And here is what he has to say when we met up. Yes, we are going to be talking about the ROC, and with us today is somebody who was actually stationed there. John Baxter.
Yes. Well, I was leading observer at the end of the post at Bourne. Joined when I was 15, which I shouldn't have done, should have been 16 in actual fact. At the time, they were so low, there were only 2 people on the post in Bourne, so they were glad of anybody. I stayed with them until the stand down in 91, 92, so I did 30 years actually on the Bourne post. My part in it was mainly during the Cold War, when we were just going on to the nuclear reporting as opposed to the aircraft spotting, which unfortunately you just missed the hurricane go over.
We did actually just see a hurricane go over. It was fantastic. On the day of that we interview you, yeah. And we get the hurricane.
Yeah.
You did just miss it.
It was just gone, yeah. On the post, there should have been ideally 10 people. That would have been the leading observer in charge of the post, no, the chief observer in charge, the leading observer in charge of training everybody else, and then 8 other people, ordinary observers. The idea of that was there would be 3 shifts of 3 people. Had there been a bomb gone off or anything happened, if we did declare war, we'd decide which 3 were going to go into each shift. The post would have been manned 24 hours a day, 3 8-hour shifts. The fortunate or unfortunate shift that went up there on their shift, when the bomb did go off, they stayed up there for anything up to 3 weeks. And it would not have been pleasant after 3 weeks down in that hole. Yeah.
In the hole, in the ground,
yeah.
For 3 weeks.
Yep.
Not for me.
Would not have been nice.
No, no.
Everybody thought if there had been a nuclear war, everybody would have been wiped out, but there would have been survivors. And the idea was if you knew where fallout were going, you could move the survivors to safe zones. All we did was report where the bomb had gone off, where the fallout was, if it was in this area or not. And then that would go through to Lincoln, to the headquarters, and then they would sort out what they needed to do with it after that. So you went up there knowing full well that when you came up again after 3 weeks, you hadn't got a clue what you were going to find. Everything you knew could have been gone. But you just did it, hoping that we never had to do it. But sometimes you actually sit back and you sort of think, well, could we have actually done it if we'd needed to? Because you say you had to go down there and shut off the whole world.
Yeah.
Everything you knew would just have to be shut off, and you didn't know what you were going to find when you came out again. After the Cold War, this would have been a hot spot, we found out. North Luffenham had 3 missiles aimed at it from the Soviet Union that we know of. Obviously, Fuckingham, when they had the Thor missiles, they would have been targeted. Cottesmore, Wittering, Waddington would all have been targets. Bourne sort of sits more or less in the middle, so we wouldn't have had a lot of chance.
Not really, so the 3 weeks may have been a bit longer. Do you remember your first day down in the bunker?
When I first joined, then, it was still an above ground bunker. Not a bunker, just a shelter. Basically like a big coal shed. And then a couple of years after that, they actually dug out and built the underground bunker.
Oh, so you was there for the original, the first, when they redesigned it?
Yeah.
And what years were those?
That would have been 61 to 63 time, yeah. Yeah, we used to do 2 to 3 exercises a year, probably all weekend, all through the night. Some were just 24 hours, some were the whole weekend exercise. So we just did it, hoping we'd never, ever have to do it.
Yeah. What were the conditions like in the bunker? I mean, did you sleep in the bunker?
Close.
Yeah, close. Thankfully, just 2 people.
Three people. You needed to get on well with each other, obviously.
Yes, yeah.
And it wasn't that big. You can imagine there were 3 people down there in what must have been about 12, 13 foot by about 8 foot.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get some footage of a real life bunker from, is it Jed Jagged's bunker
Jed's,
from Buckminster?
Buckminster,
and then you should be able to see actually what it was kind of like, and it would have looked similar to that, would it?
It was exactly the same setup, yeah.
Yeah. How secret was the location? I mean, because obviously you didn't really want people to know about it. Was it
it wasn't
worst kept secret?
No, it wasn't immensely secret. No. In fact, when you're on about secret places, it always reminds me of one of the locals told me this up at Waddington. The village was invaded by Irish workers, and they sat in the local pub one night, and they said to this Irish chappie, "Oh, what are you all doing in the village?" "Oh, we're building the secret bunkers up at Waddington."
And that's why we have these stories on the show. Well, thank you ever so much for joining us on None History, and we'd love to chat with you again in the future. Such an amazing guy. I want to say thank you, John, for showing me the location of the bunker. I know I said I found it, but can I really take the credit when I was given the location by someone who actually manned it? Anyway, during that interview, we mentioned someone called Jed Jagged. Jed has an actual Cold War bunker in Buckminster, not too far away, which you can go and visit. It's open twice a year, and he doesn't charge, but donations are always welcome. If you want to know the dates, then feel free to get in touch with me. Not only has Jed got an underground bunker, but he's also got it replicated above ground if you find you don't like confined spaces. It's well worth the experience. And more to the point, check out Jed's uniform that he wears. It was actually John's. So, has anyone got the location of where is this? Here's another peek. Okay, here's a quick fact. During the ROC drills, the men and women were told to improvise real-life situations that they might find themselves in as a form of training exercise. One group radioed asking, "What do we do if someone had a heart attack and died?" The training officer in Lincoln radioed back, "Very good, I like your thinking." Another group radioed and said, "What should we do? My granddad is outside demanding to be let in." Again, the training officers in Lincoln replies, "Oh yes, very good, you lot are in fine form today." Another group contacted from Lincoln and said, "What do we do? We have found an unexploded bomb." Lincoln radioed back and said, "Oh, that is some of the best we've heard today, very good," and left it at that. The same group contacted Lincoln again with the same question. Lincoln radioed back and said, Yes, we did hear. 10 out of 10. Very good. The same group radioed for the third time. Lincoln radioed back, quite uppity. Look here, we love the enthusiasm, but can you calm it down a little? After all, this is just supposed to be a training exercise. But sir, we really have found an unexploded bomb. What should we do? I suppose, looking on the bright side, it's a good job that the officer in Lincoln didn't instruct them to try and defuse it. Who knows how that could have ended? And on that bombshell, literally, I have to say that it's very near to the end of the show. But fear not, because there will be many more to follow with lots of history, information, and as always, plenty of features. Remember, this show is just to give you a little taster of our history in Bourne. If you want to delve further, then I strongly recommend purchasing Rex Needle's A Portrait of Bourne, or go to the Heritage Centre in Bourne, which is open Saturday and Sunday 2 till 4. Before we go, it's time for the big reveal. Drum roll please. And the answer is... if you got it, as always, you win absolutely nothing, but thank you for playing. Remember, if you have any local history which you would like to share with us, photos or any interesting facts about the town, then please get in touch. Details will appear on the screen. I really hope you've enjoyed today's show. I hope it's been entertaining as well as informative, and we hope that we've inspired you to learn more about the town. Until next time, it's ciao for now.